Hello, beloved ones. Hamatame here, the embodiment queen, emotional and sexual energy healer. I just decided to show up because something happened that I felt like it's important to share. This was one crazy week, because on Embody Your Divine Sovereign Codes, we were dealing with clearing poverty consciousness at its core, because some of you are not meant to be in poverty, but there are some things beyond the beyond that are keeping you anchored in poverty. And this is also connected to the sexual energy, as in, like, where are you directing your energy to? If you are ashamed of your sexual energy, which is the energy that is mostly dominant because of something happened, whether it's abuse, chances are there is that shame of being ashamed of yourself, feeling unworthy. Anytime life happens, this is why I talk a lot about the core wounds of betrayal, abuse, abandonment, and rejection. And this can trap you into those lower vibrations no matter what you're doing. So this week we were actually healing the poverty consciousness and sexual abuse and misery, and this was hectic. Like, it's one of the heaviest energies that I had to purge, And it's quite interesting because I was feeling sick today, like literally sick. I was even puking and all that. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do this call. Actually, my daughter said, maybe you should just cancel this call. And I said, this is happening because of the call. And it was beautiful to watch people move from pain, as in like fully tears and all that, to the orgasm, because these energies are always present. They are always present. But when people do healing from the mind, I have to push this out of the way. I have to bring this in, and you are not embodied. You are not in your body. You do not have the capacity to hold space for yourself, especially those lower vibrations, especially when we're looking at the self-development world, where it's kind of like, I'm looking for something positive, and anything negative, I don't want it. I don't want to feel anything negative. And these are your aspects of yourself that have been hurt, that have been betrayed, abused, rejected, abandoned, and they are afraid. And if you are afraid of yourself and you are judging yourself, denying yourself, suppressing, repressing, oh, I don't want to deal with that, it's negative. And this is the part of you that is like, I'm afraid if you get to receive these treasures, if you get to receive this abundance, if you get to receive this love, you're gonna be attacked. You're gonna be attacked. You're not gonna be safe. So for us to feel safe, we're gonna keep this thing here because it doesn't feel safe. And you are still working with the lower vibration protective mechanisms that are stopping you to receive that because it doesn't feel safe. Abundance for who? Wealth? No. You know, or even when we talk about you embodying who you are in truth, being whole and allowing yourself to radiate that energy outside of you, just being the light, just being, allowing this enchantress energy to just be felt. And you're afraid because last time you were made wrong, you were blamed for the abuse that happened. Now you feel like, I get to maybe put on this weight and just, hide. But when you embody who you are in truth, when you hold space for these aspects, because when they come through first, they're going to be making some noise, and rightfully so. If somebody's hurt, especially when you talk about the inner child, they're going to cry. Do we have the capacity to be okay with that cry and also show them what is available? And the reason why most people are struggling is they are running after, which a lot of things are great, they are working well. But if you do not have the capacity to hold that, then you're going to be in judgment and fight with yourself. And this will lead to more trauma. And one other thing that is actually even common out there is people wanting to like awaken their kundalini. And there is a beautiful soul that I'm working with who had just a spontaneous awakening of the kundalini. And because the masculine and feminine were not fully integrated, there was that conflict within, which the experience now brought in the trauma even more. You understand? So who are you being? Are you fully embodied? Are you fully connected to yourself? Do you have the capacity to handle all these aspects that you want to integrate? Because maybe you want to be a badass when it comes to your magic of healing, and the aspect that you want to integrate is the aspect that was killed. Maybe you want to be rich and bring in the wealth, but the aspect that knows how to manage money, that knows how to accept money, something happened. This is why I talk about integrating all of you and just going to the core, because it's even beyond about it's beyond us as humans. It's beyond this lifetime. So I was just sharing with you here because it's quite even for me personally, from being that sick person who feels like I'm not going to be able to do anything, to being fully activated and being orgasmic and all that. And this is the energy that is available for you. The question is, what are you willing to do about it? And if you feel like you want to have a conversation, just comment with Orgasmic below and we'll do something about it. Much love. Bye-bye.